Hello everybody, Jenny here with Dental Ops Pro, and for today's video I'm going to walk through and click through the power reporting. Also, while I'm in there, I'm going to adjust one of the pre-built power reports, and then finally in the end, if I remember, I am going to build a power report from scratch. So yes, I'm not excited for that last part because it is a little bit of a pain, but for you, I'll do it. So don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe, and let's get started with this video. So as you can see, I am starting with the overview page. From here, I'm going to click on the down arrow next to home. All the way on the right, which is reports, all the way on the bottom under advanced reporting, you're going to find power reporting. Let's click on that. Now for the columns on the left hand side, for all reports, of course, as it states, it's just going to list all of the reports, whether pre-built or not, is going to be listed here. My reports are going to be reports that you saved just for you to access. So nobody else has access to it but yourself. Organization reports are going to be reports where everybody has access to, whether pre-built or not. And the pre-built ones are listed under these different categories of auditing, clinical, financial, insurance, patient, and schedule and recare. Perfect. While we're here, let's click on one of these. Well, first things first, as you can see, these different reports do have different icons. They are categorized by different types. The reports with the microscope icon are called our analysis reports. So these are reports where calculations are actually done in the report. Whether it's adding up or giving a percentage, these reports actually have calculations given to us by Ascend. Now, the ones that are baby blue with the little arrow and a paper, these are called our interactive reports. Now, these are just lists of data. So whether it's just a list of patient names, insurance phone numbers, or whatever else you may need, no calculations are needed for these reports. So these are called our interactive reports. And of course, the green ones with the little plus sign, these are our builder reports. So those are going to be the ones that are going to help us start from scratch. As you can see, whether analysis or interactive, you can pick. So let's get started with active patients in recare. Let's click on here. Now, before you start pre-building or building a report, I always recommend that you go through all of the pre-built reports from Ascend. You'll be surprised that most likely what you're looking for is already in there, or if not, something close to it. So that way all you need to do is do some tweaking versus trying to build a whole report from scratch. Because as you know, that can be quite overwhelming, especially if you're new to Ascend. So as for these icons, let's start from the top. So this arrow here on the left is going to be your undo button. So if you were to have made a change, decided you didn't like it, you can click undo and it'll reverse the change. So for this icon, this is our fields icon. So this is where you can add or subtract any field simply by either selecting it, or you can type it here. So I'll type in provider. You left click it and then you drag it over to the report, refresh, and it will be modified. The next icon, which is this one, is going to be called our fields icon. So this is the one where you'll be able to rearrange or arrange the fields, add and subtract them merely by right-clicking it. You can remove it from the report or use it as a filter, or you can rearrange the columns. So you can left-click it and then drag it where you want it to go. The next icon, which is this one right here, is going to be our filters icon. So this is where you're going to be able to filter out any of the information that you may or may not need. So let's say you'll click on the pencil to edit, and you only want it for the previous 6 months, not the current month. Okay. Categories of procedures. That's probably what's taking this one so long. Wow, this sounds really embarrassing me today. It's not. Either way, let's go through these icons. So for this icon right here, this is enable auto refresh. So instead of constantly making one change and then clicking refresh, making another change and clicking refresh, you can just click enable auto refresh, and with every change you make, Ascend will automatically refresh. And for the little gears, this is where you'll go when you're done with your report, and you'll do export, and you can export it as a PDF or into a Excel workbook. If you have any additional things you want to make it pretty, I always recommend Excel. PDF if you just want to print it out, and I find it's the easiest way to send it and email it to. Something fun about Ascend while I'm waiting for my report is it'll automatically come up as a table view for a lot of our information. But if you like and you are looking for a different type of chart, you can click this down arrow and it will give you all of the options here. So you can do either bar, column, line, area. Pie is my favorite. I don't know why, but this wouldn't be a good pie one. Yeah. So let me shorten. Okay, so let's try to lessen the data on this. So I'm going to shorten it, right click it, filter, because I'm going to use the location as a filter. Well, normally it would give me my values here, and I could take out one location and just currently include, and then just take out whatever it is that I don't want. There we go. I was going to say, wow, I even shortened it. Okay, that still took a long time. Well, it's a long report, I guess. So, yeah, it can give me the list of my providers, active with recare, percentage, number of perio patients, percentage, and the number of patients seen. And it's divided it into locations. And then the same thing still applies. So let's say I wanted to subtract this location. So exclude, right click it, and then exclude, refresh report. And now I have the report numbers for only one location. Perfect. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So from here we can export it, and then we'll have a copy saved. So as I said, as a PDF, CSV, or an Excel workbook. And then we can, oh, I wish I could show you how I could, the different charts and stuff. It's so cool. I love doing these. Yeah, they're good for comparison. Now, something I also want you guys to bear in mind is the data on Ascend only updates about every 15 minutes. So any changes that were made, you're going to have to wait, well, the most 15 minutes, but at least 15 minutes, I like to say, before you can expect that data to be included into your reporting. And if you look on the top right here, it says data as of, and it'll say the time. This is the time that the information was last, the data was last updated. So just bear that in mind. Let me put this back as a table. So I would click on this icon, refresh, and it'll give me back as a table. Awesome. So yes, and then if you want to save, you up here, you're going to click save. Once again, you can save it as my report, so only you are able to access that report, or save to organization reports if you want everybody to be able to access it. And some of this information can be pretty sensitive, so I love that Ascend had included that. Now, if I want to go back to Power Reporting list, I'll click on Power Reporting on the top here. Now, let's go through an interactive report. Now, let's check out an interactive report. So we can do patients not recently seen. I'm telling you, Ascend thought of a lot of reports with these. I love them. And in this listing, as you can see, it gives you mom's name, their address, phone number, and their last visit. Also, emailed and preferred name is also listed on there. So this is going to be the perfect report to go over and to do some cold calling with, or a recare list. Now, what I've been dreading, pre-built report. Let's try an analysis. So we're going to do this by using all the icons I've already shown you, bearing everything in mind. So of course it's going to have my fields and my filter, all of it, like already set up for me. So it's going to say, okay, what do you want? What do you want as rows? What do you want as columns? What do you want as measures? So I can say that I want patient count, so it's giving me the appointment statuses here, so whether that's broken, chair, checkout, confirmed, and I'm going to want to know this for each location. So let's do that. Location. Well, I'm going to want the count. And this is where I would call an Ascend representative. I should have a time date on this. So, yep. So it gave me appointment and patient count for different appointment statuses at each one of my locations. And then I would like this in a pie. I like that one for comparison. Thankfully, a lot of these are checked out. So I do want to thank you so much for following me on this video. I do hope I answered some questions or made you guys a little braver when it comes to creating your own Ascend reports. Hi everybody, Editing Jenny here. So I forgot to mention that below I am leaving a link to a morning huddle pamphlet to help you run a morning huddle smoothly. So don't forget to check that out. Thank you. If you have any other recommendations for the next videos, please don't forget to leave them below. I would like some ideas. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great one. Bye.